All right, welcome, gals, guys, and otherwise. This is Asylum podcast. I have been watching a lot of Robocop this week, and I am your shambling corpse automaton, the chosen one, Zach Winters. With me, as always, is my 80s greasy businessman, Darkness.
Drop it, creep.
And something I'd buy for $1, Big Vicious.
Oh, shit. I got nothing for it.
So I kind of peeked into my week. It's been a huge week this week for just like with fandom going on. But before we go into that, let's get into our weeks. Darkness, what have you been up to?
Honestly, I have nothing to report this week that I can think of. I just had a typical week, and nothing crazy actually happened to me. So I'm waiting for something to fall down on me during the broadcast, but we'll see what happens. I don't know, a satellite or something. I'll get Donnie Darko before the end of the show, I'm sure.
All right, you fucking loser. V, how about you? And if you say work, I'm reaching through the screen and slapping you.
Well, first off, my whole week just got ruined because Darkness had no sad, depressing story to tell us. Like, I look forward to him making my week look better. So now I'm like equal with him, and it's kind of depressing.
Well, but sort of in a way that did make my week better because he's just like fucking droopy dog. Oh, I didn't do anything this week. Oh,
always me. Would you mind pinning my tail back on?
Oh, Jesus. Now I'm fucking Eeyore. All right.
It's been a productive week. It's some stuff that I could probably bring up later on, but can't right now. But, yeah. And then go ahead, do what you got to do. But, yes, work.
Okay.
Work has been kind of fun and exciting. And, I was debating whether I tell some of the stories about this week because I don't know who's going to listen. But you know what? Who cares? Who listens? And
nobody's listening. Don't worry about it.
Got some fun stuff to tell.
Well, apparently we have like at least 30 people listening to us, and then 41% of that is female, which I take credit for.
Yeah, that 47, 40, it's 47, I think.
That's 47 now?
47, yeah. It's gone up, so
that's sex
all
appeal.
That's all. There's 42 or some such of male listeners, and 2, my math's not good, and I didn't do well, is non-binary.
Cool.
So we cover the spectrum.
Yeah. Speaking of things on the spectrum, I've been playing a lot of the Destroy All Humans remake. I loved it when it first came out. It's still good. There's some little tweaks, and there's not much I could talk about with it. That just go play the one from the PlayStation 2, and it's the same game.
See, I downloaded that. It was like $2, $3, something like that. I downloaded the original. It was, I guess they were getting ready to release the new one, and then they released the old one. So, yeah. It's fun, interesting game.
That's good. I read Transmetropolitan, which we'll talk about later. And then, like I said earlier, I've been watching. I just got this wild hair at my ass, and I decided, I haven't watched a lot of Robocop lately, so I'm going to do that. And then I found out about I didn't know about the 94 television show that you talked about, Darkness. I watched Prime Directive, the ultra shitty 2001 version of Robocop.
I didn't even know about that one. Like I said, I watched the cartoon, and which is weird that they take an hard R-rated movie and turn it into a kid's cartoon.
Well, they used to do that all the time with us.
Yeah, they don't really do that anymore that I can think of. I mean,
kids today are pussies.
Well, for the most part. But yeah, we had Rambo. We had Robocop.
Stupid. What do they got? Fortnite?
Is there a Fortnite cartoon? I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah, all these movies that were...
Getting off topic, cartoons now fucking suck.
They all look the same. They all have that weird kind of kid.
They all look the same. There's one good one. There's one good one that I'll recommend to anybody because there's actually some like adult humor slipped into her, and it's called The Amazing World of Gumball.
Oh yeah,
that one's actually funny.
So I catch that some mornings when I get up, get ready for work. I turn on the TV, and it's usually on the Cartoon Network. due to Adult Swim or whatever.
Yeah.
And The Amazing World Gumball will be on, and it's like I catch myself like laughing. I'm like, what the fuck?
The best joke that has ever been put on that show is Gumball, the little cat boy, is like going through his friends who's a talking banana for some reason, whatever. And he's going just bursting into rooms looking for somebody, and it bursts into his friend room, and his room is dark, and he's on the computer, and he's watching an orange being peeled, but it's clearly like the on the screen, it's clearly set up like Pornhub. And they both look fucking horrified, and Gumball slowly closes the door. I'll send you guys the clip because it's fucking hilarious.
Oh man. Yeah, I've enjoyed cartoons when they are able to slip under the radar some adult humor.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of cartoons that I grew up with being remade, and then I go and I look at them, I'm like, what is this? I mean, She-Ra, we talked about last week, our sexual awakenings. She-Ra would have been another one.
Oh.
But this one, in the most recent one, not so much.
I haven't checked it out. It wasn't even like piquing the curiosity because I mean, as a kid, I kind of watched She-Ra along with He-Man. It was kind of like the pairing.
Yeah.
But this thing just looks totally like off the wall, yo.
Well, it kind of fits into what the whole monotonized style of animation is now, where there's all soft curves and they all look kind of short and dumpy.
I blame Teen Titans Go. That's basically what started this.
That show's fucking awful.
Right, and then they came out with that Thundercat. I don't even know what the new one's called, but that shit just looks retarded, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of retarded, I wanted to talk about Robocop. Fuck you guys.
We'll keep steering that boat. Go ahead. Go back to it.
I'm taking that boat because this show is fucking awful. So I was telling Darkness a little bit about it. Like, I sent you guys the clip, and clearly the suit is like too big for the actor who plays RoboCop, because sure as hell in 2001 they're not getting Peter Weller to do it. Right. So like the jaw bit is like pushing up against his jaw, and he can't open his mouth, so he's always talking like this, and like he's sitting down in a chair, and it's like, and the chest piece is like pushing up against his head, and it's fucking hilarious.
I saw the clip of it. It's weird to me because that was made in the 2000s, and the 94 version was better graphically and just better story-wise.
I gotta look it up.
I find that funny. Oh, yeah, it was a much better show. But nothing beats his run-in to save Sting in WCW. So that was the height of RoboCop mania.
So I've always wondered, I never cared enough to look into it. Was that Peter Weller?
I don't think it was. No, I don't think it was. I mean, it's possible, but I doubt it. I doubt Peter Weller could be bothered. He couldn't come back for the sequel, so you know.
He couldn't be bothered to save Sting. Are you out of your fucking mind?
WCW, man. I mean, we're gonna touch on wrestling, but we had Chucky, we had RoboCop, we had who else showed up there? That was just so random. We had David Arquette. I mean,
well,
I don't know what the hell they were thinking.
WWE, we had Mike Tyson and Terry Reynolds showing her vag to everybody on live TV.
Right.
I think that's the third time that's been brought up now, and we're only 4 shows in.
I have to get it out at least once in a. Terry Reynolds on an episode of Raw showed her vag, and nobody believes me.
Oh, hey, okay. Have you guys seen the SmackDown Thunderdome?
Yes.
You mean the WWE Thunderdome? They use it for
it?
SmackDown and Raw?
Okay, yeah. Thanks, V, for correcting me, Jesus.
Actually, it's this thing.
Actually, I'm going to push my glasses up on my bridge of my nose. It's actually for WWE overall. It's not exclusive to SmackDown. Okay, thank you, V.
Just remember, Darkness, I'm only a hop, skip, and a jump away.
Yeah. All right, so the fans are seriously trolling WWE because they have these screens out there. And there's been 2 instances of Chris Benoit being shown in the audience and 1 instance of a Ku Klux Klan meeting being played during Raw, SmackDown or Raw. If you go back and you watch, if you go back and you watch the Dominic and Rey Mysterio versus Seth Rollins and Buddy Murphy, when Dominic climbs up that rope, you look in the crowd, the KKK is on one of the screens.
Well,
and it's like it's a straight up Klan meeting that somebody was filming through there.
You give people this type of power, they're gonna fucking do dumb shit.
Yeah, they're gonna find a way.
You had that one person. I don't only saw the one where the guy reenacted the last photo of Chris Benoit.
Yeah. There was that. There was 2 instances of Chris Benoit. One of them they just posted. It was their picture was the last picture of Chris Benoit, and then another one was like another promo shot of Chris Benoit.
They showed the one where the guy was asleep.
Oh, there's that too. Yeah, this is just—it's like, insane. Some of the
you're
stuff
basically just doing
away with.
You're basically just doing a Zoom meeting on a live television show, and you think people are just going to behave.
That's the whole thing. If Zach's a big fan of Vag being shown, I'm sure someone gonna put something up on there that they're gonna regret sooner or later.
It's like the one
very hard.
The one I saw, I don't know if it was a baseball or a basketball game, but Weekend at Bernie's, Bernie was in the background.
See, that's funny. That kind of stuff, totally. That's if somebody put up a picture of Max Headroom or something, I would totally be up for that too.
Fucking horrifying shit.
Yeah. But yeah, it's just funny that you bring that up because we had the pay-per-view just happened, and another pay-per-view this Sunday, which is weird, but whatever.
Really?
Well, when you don't have to travel, you can do pay-per-views every fucking week.
Yeah. So SummerSlam, I watched it. I don't know if you guys did, and then they got Payback this Sunday.
Oh yay!
Good times. Good times. The wrestling business is doing okay.
I was gonna say on this show where we refuse to talk about wrestling.
Oh, we don't refuse. We just touch on it, and I'm done touching myself on it. So
that's a lie.
That's true. I'm still doing it.
I was planning on giving myself a quick shifty after the podcast as a little reward.
Yeah, there you go. All right. So Robocop.
Oh, I'm done with it.
All that stuff. All right. Did you ever? We'll kind of steer it. We'll keep going in the right direction. Did you ever happen to read the Frank Miller Robocop comics?
No, I wish I did. Now that I know about it,
there you go. Go look those
up.
Find that. I think he did a storyline called Mind Bomb, which is really good, and it's basically what put Frank Miller on the map because they gave him like a shit property to start out with, and then he kind of just went from there.
Did he do RoboCop versus Terminator?
That one I'm not sure on. I know they had to get together with Dark Horse in order to get it produced, but this was, I want to say this was when RoboCop was with Marvel.
Okay, because I don't know who it's with, but I have a RoboCop run that's fairly recent, and it's fucking awful. It's basically just RoboCop being sad because like they had to retire him.
Oh yeah,
because now they have the newer like instead of a cyborg they have like full-fledged robots, and he's like, oh yeah, some of my systems have been powered down, and I can't do the thing that made me RoboCop. I can't shoot my gun or chase crime. It goes against my. So it's him being sad.
Turn him into fucking Smokey the Bear. He's just like, hey kids, don't commit crime, and that's the extent of him.
Which, by the way, is the best part of RoboCop 2.
No. Stay in school.
Bad language means to bad feelings. Go fuck a refrigerator, pencil dick!
Oh, yes.
Telling RoboCop to fuck a refrigerator is the height of comedy, and I don't give a fuck who you are.
Oh, Jesus. All right, one last thing before we get rid of RoboCop. What did you think of the remake?
It was overwhelmingly okay.
Yeah.
So before they made him look like, they spray painted him black. The design before that, where it was like the classic RoboCop, looked really cool. And then I didn't really like how they kind of reversed what they did in the in the original movies, where first he was just a mindless robot, then he kind of gets his memories and his emotions back. Well, this one, he has all his memories and his emotions, but then they kind of make him into the mindless robot. Then there's that whole part where he like ignores his kid and all that shit.
The only thing about the design of it that rubbed me the wrong way is the human hand. Like,
Yeah,
the rest of
that's too creepy. I don't want him touching me with his human hand.
Yeah. Other than that, it was okay. It wasn't the worst remake, but it wasn't one of the better ones either.
Has there been a good remake of anything besides The Evil Dead?
Oh, jeez, you brought that up earlier, and I was like,
Yep.
No. If it doesn't have Ash, it's not Evil Dead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, I agree with Darkness on that one.
Yeah.
Well, the two of you are uncultured swine.
I guess that's a badge of honor now.
Overgrown man children who got to stop living in the past, man. Look towards the future. The chick put the chainsaw on her arm and then jammed it in the demon's face. That's cool as shit.
Okay. I did like the remake of Fright Night. I was talking about that. So
No.
It was different enough that it was an homage more than a remake to me, so I enjoyed it. And I like David Tennant, so
I get where you're coming from with it. I get your points. You're just wrong.
No.
Yeah, I would have to disagree with you, Darkness. The remake of Fright Night was, yeah.
I didn't say it was good. I just said that I liked it.
For the record, this is the second time I have it recorded where Big V agrees with me.
No, I didn't say I agree with you. I said I would have to disagree with Darkness.
Which in turn is agreeing with me.
And it's true that you have it recorded, but it'll never see the light of day. Right. So now that we're done with Robocop and shitty remakes, we have gotten a huge drop of content from DC Comics.
Yes, we did.
Which I'm going to get this out of the way first because this is what pisses me off the most. DC Comics no longer gives a shit about comics, actual comic books. They're done evidently because there was no announcements about anything comic book. But movies, video games, TV show, all that stuff,
Well,
so
that's I kind of feel like that's where comics weren't making them that much money anymore. Maybe graphic novels and stuff like that. But I think Marvel comics are still doing really well, but DC comics aren't doing that great anymore.
It's so funny because you look at the printout of what's selling, and Watchmen is still like in the top 10. It's well, that's the thing. It's like DC has made trades in the past that are just going to keep them afloat, but nothing new that they've come out with recently is even worth mentioning. So,
no,
I don't know, but comic book wise, not much news. However, what do we want to start with first?
Oh, we're starting with the Batman first. The Batman.
All right.
How
the Batman
wrong everybody is about Robert Pattinson. I have a very good feeling he's going to blow this shit away. And I was very pensive about it. And I was like, okay, I'll wait till it sees. And then we see the trailer. I'm like, okay, the trailer's looking good. And then I like the design of the new Batmobile. Robert Pattinson still kind of looks goofy in his Batman outfit. But then there's that part where he's with the gang members, and then who the hell are you supposed to be? And Pattinson just beats the fuck out of him. That's what sold me on it.
Yeah, it seems like he's very mobile in this suit, so
which is good.
Could see some Yeah, oh yeah, we could see some very decent action scenes finally. And to me, he looks more like Robin than Batman, but I can see him being a younger Bruce Wayne.
I think that's
So
what they're going for with him, because like everything still looks like his outfit and the Batmobile still look kind of homemade and slapped together.
Yeah, we're dealing with a younger Batman.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah,
And for everybody, like I've seen so
the
many
Penguin's
articles
not
about
even
this
fully the
already, and
Penguin
I
in this movie.
fucking hate this. No, the Joker's not going to be in it. Get over it. We're dealing with the fucking Riddler here. The Riddler hasn't had any like mainstream movie anything since Batman Forever. We need a new Riddler, and I think that's who we're talking about in this one.
and it's going to be nice too. The thing that I really liked, because if you read Batman comics, they're detective stories for the most part, and it looks like that's what they're going to go with in this movie. It's like it's Riddler, which is awesome because it's a detective story.
Yeah.
So he's going to find the clues, he's going to put it all together, he's going to figure out what's going on, and to me it's going to feel like an actual Batman story.
Yeah.
So that I'm excited about. I am. V.
Oh, I forgot I was on a podcast.
No, I was letting you speak, and so here's the thing. I already learned my lesson with Ben Affleck, not to judge. So I waited, and I was like, all right, yeah. He's done a couple good movies since Twilight, but come on, Twilight. It's kind of stuck with you. So once this trailer dropped, see, I was still a little, not knowing, seeing the set photos and stuff. But as soon as this trailer dropped, I was like, yep. I mean, we got another Ben Affleck on our hands. I mean, he looks the part. Even as a young Bruce Wayne, you get that feel in the trailer. And the suit, the Batmobile.
We've lived through what everyone thought at the time was a poor decision in casting for Batman in '89. And you kind of give yourself, like, wait till the finished product. Yes, it's Robert Pattinson. Yes, it's Twilight. And a lot of people won't let him live that down. But
They need to get over that shit. I am so
if you
fucking...
If you watch The Lighthouse, that's it.
Shit.
You're done.
Yeah.
If you watch The Lighthouse, that's your new view of Robert Pattinson. I mean, even if you want to get into chick flick territory, Water for Elephants, he put in a good acting job on that one too.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. Like Robert Pattinson and Twilight kind of go hand in hand right now, and I'm fucking sick of it because yes, the series was kind of garbage. Yeah, he wasn't that great in it, but 10, 12 fucking years ago, get over this shit. He's grown as an actor. Like you said, The Lighthouse. Watch The Lighthouse, and your opinion on him will be changed.
Yeah, definitely.
It has everything. Like it has Willem Dafoe screaming about seabirds, slapping the shit out of Robert Pattinson for no real reason. Robert Pattinson talks about fucking steak in it. They get drunk and have like a weird homoerotic moment.
Is that how you interpreted it? Okay.
How the fuck else are you supposed to interpret it?
No, I'm just kidding.
They slam down bottles of rum, and then they're slow dancing with each other and gaze into each other's eyes. And I'm like, oh, these two are gonna fuck, aren't they? I love Willem Dafoe. I really don't want to see his O face.
Yeah, it's probably
especially
a bad thing.
Especially in that movie.
Yeah. But how cool would it be if they bring in William Dafoe as the Joker for Robert Pattinson's Batman?
It'd be really cool.
They've done mock-ups of him with the Joker makeup, and it looks actually pretty cool. But...
You like me lobster, didn't you?
All right. So we're all on board for this new Batman. I'm taking it.
115%.
Okay. Any negatives that you could pull from? Anything you didn't like?
No. I was
okay. So
my jaw was on the floor the entire time I was watching it. I'm
not a negative in my book.
Okay. What's it?
Yes.
Jeez.
Oh, I guess it was
the
negative
problem.
with that
The
trailer.
problem with the trailer is that
had
it
to
wasn't
end.
the movie.
Yeah. All right, so we had the Batman. It looks like it's going to be Batman.
Exactly.
It sounded like Alfred's voice in there, of course. You got Commissioner Gordon in there. You got Catwoman, and you got the Riddler. And you said there was some kind of penguin reference or something. I might have missed it. I don't know.
Oswald.
Oh, that's right.
Oswald Cobblepot.
Oh, okay. Was he in it?
He's
they
yeah,
Colin Farrell.
It's him
Colin
under
Farrell's
like heavy
playing him.
prosthetics.
I got to go back and watch.
Yeah, you
that, 'cause
can't
I
even
missed
tell.
that.
You can't even
I
tell
watched
it's
it like
Colin
2 or 3
Farrell.
times, but
That's what's
I'll go
crazy,
back and
man.
watch it again.
Actually,
and try to pick up on that stuff.
Now that we're talking about it, I wasn't too crazy about Catwoman's design.
Yeah, she just looks like a cat burger with a hood on.
And then
So.
V had to comment on how wet and moist Colin Farrell looks.
Okay.
Which, that's cool. That's cool. I'll still love
That
you.
works for you. All right.
I want to talk about how wet and moist Colin Farrell is. If
Okay.
you,
Okay, I was pointing
like
out
I
what he
said, you
looked
can't
like
even
in the
tell it's
trailer,
him
so
because he's
that
under such
Darkness
like
go
heavy
back and
makeup.
find him.
All right, I'll go back and take a look. But so we're gonna go from the best reviewed property coming out of DC Fandome to probably what was to me the worst trailer that they showed for Black Adam.
Yes.
And you saw The Rock narrating basically what looked like a Mortal Kombat ending.
Yes.
And that's all that it was. It was like screenshots of animated storyboards because they had to rush something out in order to remind people, hey guys, we got The Rock and he's going to be Black Adam. And that was like the whole thing. It was just picture, narration behind it, on to the next picture, more narration.
I never read any Black Adam stuff. So I watched the trailer, I was hoping for like a little bit of backstory. I still don't know what the fuck's going on in this movie.
Well, Black Adam is probably going to get introduced in his own movie, like they're advertising.
No.
And then he's going to go right into Shazam. So they're going to have a build up for the villain in Shazam. That's what I'm thinking.
So he's a bad guy.
Yes.
Okay.
So basically take Shazam.
Yes.
Captain Marvel.
And make him evil.
Yeah, that's basic how you can describe it. But yeah, that's basically what it is.
It sounds cool, and if they described it like that in the fucking trailer, I'd be more hyped about it.
Yeah. It's from what it looks like in the trailer, if you can call it that, it's just his history back in the Egyptian times and how he got started.
Yeah. He had to beat Shao Kahn, and then became an elder god.
He escaped Outworld, and came to Earth and everything else. But so there was that one. Didn't really reveal much. Didn't really give us anything to go on. And to me, that was probably the worst reveal that they did during the whole fandom.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
well,
I wasn't too happy
exactly
with the Suicide Squad trailer either.
It
basically
teaser
or whatever you want to call
did
it.
The roll call for everyone that's going to be involved. For being a teaser and for being that type of a reveal, it's pretty much what I was expecting.
So,
yeah.
Well, they had both. They had the behind the scene look stuff.
So I'm kind of excited about it because
and then they just had the straight
I
up
love
roll
Margot
call
Robbie as Harley Quinn, so she's back. I love one of the guys on there, Flula Borg. If you don't know anything about him, look him up on YouTube because he is legitimately one of the funniest motherfuckers on the internet right now. Polka Dot Man, just because I love fucking stupid, obscure Batman villains. And they need Kite Man, they need the Condiment King.
Okay, so I'm not a big fan of John Cena, nor do I like his acting all that much. But Peacemaker, the line he says, he's all, so what do I gotta do?
I'm calling it now.
Play a douchey version of Captain America?
Versus Black
I can
Adam
do that.
once in a lifetime.
Shit.
I'm calling it. It's going to happen.
That's so mad.
To me, I think that half of that cast is going to get killed in the first half hour.
So yeah, I think half of them are going to get killed in the first half hour. You're not going to kill off Idris Elba because he's just too cool. I don't think you're going to kill off Polka Dot Man because I think that'll be a running joke about how he's just not gonna die. He just kind of keeps lucking out or something.
Yeah, I feel the same.
But like, are you gonna be sad if a fucking Weasel dies?
Yeah, see, they put in so many obscure, weird characters that they're never gonna have to go back and like they never had any part in anything, so they're gonna be like, "Oh, we killed him. He's supposed to do this in this storyline."
Yeah.
Exactly. That's what I
Yes.
was just gonna say too. It's just gonna
It's going to be
Brad
like
Pitt was
X Factor in
was
Deadpool 2.
Vanisher for God's sake.
And you have to freeze frame him to know it was fucking Brad Pitt.
Yeah. But yeah, you had Shatterstar, Vanisher, and yeah, all these characters. I mean, Shatterstar's a pretty decently known character, but they offed him. So, I mean, do you think there'll be any surprises and who's going to not make it through? You think they'll get rid of?
Right.
No, I'm not going to say Harley Quinn, but somebody on
No,
that
fuck
level.
no.
Yeah,
right now,
they're not gonna
Harley
get rid of
Quinn
her.
is Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn is carrying the DC universe.
Yeah.
Ever since Affleck and Cavill left, it's her and
Oh,
Gal
yeah.
Gadot.
All right, so that's another thing
So
that came. I mean, we got the trailer for Wonder Woman 1984.
Yes. Speaking of Gal
And-
Gadot, that trailer looks
Yeah.
fucking awesome.
I was surprised too, and it makes sense by watching the trailer why Steve Trevor's back, which is always a good thing that they explain it. I like the way that it set it up. I like the way that it didn't make Kristen Wiig look like cheesy overacting crap. Like
Yeah.
she's actually acting. She's not just comic relief, which is really surprising to me because she's playing Cheetah. So
like my wife knows nothing about the cheesy comics and Wonder Woman villains, but she like audibly gasped when Wonder Woman connected her bracers and Cheetah just plowed right through that.
yeah,
So you know it's gonna be fucking awesome. I was sold the moment I saw Wonder Woman lassoing through the air on lightning bolts.
see, that was a little cheesy, but
Fuck you, that was cool.
No, it's it's cool. It's very comic-y, so that's good.
I was going to say,
I
is
think
it cheesy
that
because
might
it's
be what
live
it is,
action?
'cause you see all
Because I
this
mean, I'm
stuff
pretty
in
sure it's
comics
happened
and
on
you're
paper
like,
before.
That's too cheesy for live action, and then they do something from the comics. You're like, that's cheesy. It's like when they did Doctor Strange's gloves. It's like that was the most awkward scene. I'm like, what the hell's wrong with his hands? But yeah, he wore gloves for that one scene in Thor, and then they did like, yeah, get rid of the gloves. This looks weird. So it works in the comics, but it doesn't work in the movies, But 84 was good, and then you said, Affleck was gone and everything like that. But we got Flashpoint. Affleck's coming back for that.
Good.
We got
we have Affleck
Ezra
confirmed for
Miller
that.
still being Flash, however weird that may be, And I mean, if they're gonna let Aquaman's wife still hang around, I guess we're gonna let Ezra Miller still be the Flash.
That fucking bitch needs to be in jail.
Hey, cut off my finger, and I don't know. Ain't no woman worth that.
No.
So, you start cutting appendages off, we're gonna have some problems in our relationship for sure.
And then blame it on him.
Yeah, you cut your own finger off, Johnny. You were drunk and high on cocaine. Don't you remember? What? No, I don't remember that.
Well, I do love my cocaine.
Yeah. we got 84. Now, Wonder Woman 84 coming out. We got a little bit more insight on that. The story looks pretty good. They said all the things that seemed weird to me in the beginning, they've kind of explained, so that's good. Like, why the hell was Steve Trevor come back? Oh, Vandal Savage is granting wishes. Okay, that makes sense. So, Vandal Savage also being in the movie is kind of cool. I don't know if I'm good with the portrayal of him because he seems more gruff than who they got him as. I mean, he's the president and everything. So
yeah, I'm just happy that like we're getting more and more like weird and obscure characters on movies, because back when we were growing up, comic book movies didn't follow the comic books because they didn't fucking make sense. And now we're getting Cheetah.
Yeah. Getting Vandal Savage. Yeah. As soon as they bring Lobo in, I'll be happy, and they don't make him suck. That would be awesome.
I won't be happy until we get a movie with MODOK in it.
Hey, Marvel could probably do it somehow. They did Armin Zola pretty decent. It was, It's basically a dude with a TV screen in his chest.
They did
So-
Ego the Talking Planet, for fuck's sake. Let's bring MODOK on here.
Yeah,
And they're
yeah,
they're probably bringing in Galactus phase.
yeah. I think so. As soon as they get Fantastic Four established, I think they'll be able to do that pretty easily. But yeah, I'll look forward to that one.
Can they ever get the Fantastic Four established? They've been working on it forever. Hell, there was that movie that they made that was supposed to go to the theaters,
Which
and
one?
they decided to go
Roger
directly
Corman
to
one?
DVD, and then they're like, "Fuck that!" They just vaulted the thing.
Oh, yeah, there's the one that Roger Corman did
Oh,
because
it's like
they were going to lose the rights, so they had to produce something in order to retain the rights.
Garbage together.
They slapped it together. Yeah, it was never meant to get released. I've seen it. It's pretty bad. I mean, the best thing about that is the Thing makeup, which is actually pretty decent. But like Reed Richards effects, it's like a hand on a stick, and they just move it across the screen like he's stretching. So, yeah, it's pretty bad. But I mean, the Jessica Alba ones were not great, but the Fan Stick, that one was just terrible trash.
Yeah,
that was terrible. So I think they're trying to distance themselves from that in order to get people to forget about the crap that's been out in the years past.
Well, now Fox is saying like, hey, we could team with Marvel instead of like being assholes and keeping all their stuff from them.
Yeah, well, it's not Fox anymore because they just outright bought Fox. They're like, you know what?
Oh, Disney did, huh?
Yeah, so if you're not going to give us our shit, we'll just buy you. So the only one that's holding out is Sony, and all they have is Spider-Man. And
oh, that's right. I was thinking about Spider-Man.
Yeah, they got somebody else. Oh, they let the Punisher rights go. They let the Daredevil rights go. I think all they have left is Spider-Man and anything connected to. Yeah, Daredevil's back. It can be Marvel property again. They can start.
So they let Daredevil go.
They're bringing back.
Yeah.
They're
be
putting
cool
that
if, because the way they set
Spider-Man
up
3,
Spider-Man 2,
you get
he needs a lawyer, and then Matt Murdock. There you go, because everyone knows who he is now. So, spoilers for the end of not Homecoming. What is it?
Far From Home.
Far From Home. There you go. So they could take it into a bunch of different directions that would be cool if they wanted to start establishing new characters.
And then since he's perceived as a bad guy now, they bring out Frank Castle, the Punisher, to hunt him down.
Oh, that would be awesome if they got a decent Punisher. This is gonna catch me some flack, but
the Punisher, the series Punisher, man.
I'm bored. I was bored with that one. I really was. I didn't like.
All right,
Warzone.
Put yourself on mute. Get off.
I like the
whoa,
and I like the Thomas Jane 2 better than I like that TV. I mean, John Bernthal was a great Punisher. I just think that the show wasn't very entertaining. That's just me, though. No, I thought the movie when I was that age was more entertaining. So
you like Dolph
Lundgren at this age?
The Thomas Jane one, the Dolph Lundgren one was garbage. Jane one was pretty good. Warzone was awesome. I don't know what the fuck your problem is.
Warzone was so over the top that it wasn't believable to me. It was just so over the top. It was
it's the Punisher.
Hilarious. Yeah, but I mean, if you treat the Punisher right, then it's a decent. I mean, in the world of movies, he's nothing special. In the world of comics, he's something special because he's not like everybody else.
Well, yeah,
but he's
now
just
now he's the Ghost Rider.
Yeah. Oh well, yeah, but like in the movie world, he's just another movie tough guy, But in the comics, he's a guy with no powers that still hangs with the heroes, So I could see how it's an issue, but I don't know. There were some things I did like about it, but for the most part, it was too over the top. I didn't.
Well, you saying that you like Dolph Lundgren as the Punisher kind of hurt me because I think Dolph Lundgren has ruined more childhood things for me, like He-Man, the Punisher,
Dolph Lundgren, man,
and then he killed Apollo Creed. So you know what?
He's one of the few guys to ever co-star with Brandon Lee, though. I mean, come on, you got to give him the credit. All right, so was there any other DC Fandome movie news that came out that I can't think of anything. Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a Snyder Cut trailer.
I enjoyed
Suicide
the
Squad
Snyder
Kills the
Cut trailer.
Justice League looks fucking cool.
All right, so now we're gonna get to the games. Okay.
Oh, we're not
That's what I
supposed
was
to?
working towards. No, and I was just gonna say any other movies.
Video games.
All right, let's get into the games.
Zach Winters, king of the Segway. Ah!
There you go. The Suicide Squad game actually looked really good to me. It's from the same people that did all the Batman Arkham games.
Yes.
So that's cool. And then you had Arkham Knights, which is weird because I don't think it's done by the same people
It's
that
not.
did the Arkham games.
So I'm significantly less excited for that one.
Really?
I'm still excited for it, but I mean, I think out of the two,
I think Suicide Squad kills
the Justice League.
One, and then Gotham Knights I'll probably wait till it's like $30.
Hey, those Batman games drop in price significantly. Being the penny pinching gamer that I am, they drop in price real quick. So if you're not a day oneer, then you can wait.
They popped up on like Games for Gold no time after they came out. It was like
3 of them right now for
$14.99. It's free. Cool. Download.
So yeah, I should tell you something.
You're probably right.
$5
well,
each.
They're all good.
Yeah. Oh no, they're really good games. I was one of the idiots that bought the Arkham Asylum game Super Deluxe. It comes with a batarang and all this other crazy shit. So yeah, I wasn't disappointed. Oh yeah, I wasn't disappointed, but it was a lot of money for a video game.
I've spent way more money on way stupider video games. I bought the Super Deluxe edition of Duke Nukem Forever.
Oh jeez.
So
speaking of Duke Nukem and being the penny pinching gamer that I am, I just picked up Duke Nukem 20th Anniversary Edition for $2 on Xbox Live. So if you guys are listening, I think the sale goes till the end of the week. Good luck. You're probably not going to find it now. So now I'm a huge dick. But, So yeah, $2. And then, Duke Nukem for $2. And I got Contra Anniversary for 10. Awesome.
Yeah, I'm definitely Suicide Squad Kills the Justice League. It definitely is, when it comes out right away. Arkham Knights looked interesting to me. I like the
I think that's cool for both
ability
games,
to play the different characters,
different members of the Suicide Squad, and then different members of the Bat family throughout, which is nice. It's a good change up.
I thought it was cool, except like it's the Drake Robin that of him being, and then the Damian Wayne Robin.
Okay.
I thought that'd have been cooler.
I didn't catch that. Okay. So I thought I saw Red Hood.
Yeah, you have Red Hood and Nightwing.
Okay, and then you got Tim Drake Robin and Batgirl.
Yes.
Yeah, before she gets paralyzed.
Yeah. So, but Joker's dead. So how's that gonna? Oh, it's the game verse. It's okay. We can make our own rules. All right. Well.
Yeah. Talk about it more. The more I'm not that greatly excited about it.
So Justice League, Suicide Squad kills the Justice League.
Captain Boomerang's characterization in it. I love the fact that Deadshot is super cool, tough mercenary, and they all give him shit about it.
Yeah.
I know. You never miss a shot. Yeah, I love at the end of that trailer when Captain Boomerang comes in. Like, who is supposed to kill? And they're like, they point up and shoot. Just
and
like,
then the little clip at the very end after they do all the announcements, so the Boomerang just falls, like slaps him upside the head, saying, "Oh, I shouldn't have done that." Yeah, I like that it's got the humor of Suicide Squad, but it's into the video game pretty good.
I don't know why it got me so much, but like I could kind of like Brainiac's there, and I could kind of tell he's not being Superman. And when King Shark just looks up and he's like, "It's the mighty Superman! He's saving that pilot!" And then he burns him. That fucking made me laugh.
But any other news that came out of DC Fandome? Anything else that you guys picked up or read about or anything like that?
I don't know. I was once those few trailers came out and the video games, I kind of just started geeking out on
DC
that. Like,
Comics Fandome announced everything but comics. Batman's good,
which you're gonna be super salty about.
So
did they announce
when HBO Max picks up, I'm looking forward to the Green Lantern show they're going to have on there. I haven't seen anything announced yet, but I mean, it's
there's that new Superman.
The Green Lantern is in the works
the
for
animated
HBO
movie.
Max.
Oh, okay. Oh, it's which one is it? Which storyline?
I told you, idiots! It's Gotham Knight.
Oh, that's the game, or that's the new Superman movie. What the hell are you talking about?
Yeah.
Okay, Gotham.
Look at all the announcements, and yeah, it's Gotham Knights.
Gotham Knights, Jesus.
But like this, we were talking about. Netflix is making a Sandman series.
Oh yeah, that's right. It's they're making a Sandman series, and then there's I don't know if you guys listen to audiobooks or not, but they're doing an audiobook reading of Sandman as well, with like audio
I know how to
and
read
stuff like that. See, all right. I'm going to ask you guys a question that I've posed to numerous people. Can you call it reading a book if you're sitting there listening to it?
No, it's a podcast basically.
Okay, V, what do you
That's
think?
another podcast. That's another piece of competition out there that's taking money away from us, and I don't like it.
That's right. Down with Audible.
Yeah, you can't.
Okay, so now if my wife decides to listen to this episode,
if you're listening to it, it's not reading a book.
She's now pissed. So thank you. I appreciate that.
What the?
Because she sits there, she's listening. She's like cooking in the kitchen. She's reading a book. I'm like, no, there's no book in your hand. That doesn't count. And then she goes to like
the fact that you're listening to something, you're listening thing. You're not reading.
Oh fuck. So darkness. You hold on. No, you see, Zach, I think what Darkness just said here, he suckered us into agreeing with him,
guys. I appreciate it.
saying that he is right. So
we'll just cross off that fan from the list. No more. We lost a listener on that one. But I won. Yeah, there you go.
Wait. Was she listening to our podcast or was she reading
her?
Tell her she can start reading our podcast.
Yeah. So we got the Sandman show coming. Is it the Green Lantern? Those shows, are they animated or are they live action? Live action Green Lantern show. Nice. Was it live action Sandman?
Live action.
I think so.
Okay, cool. I'm going to admit right now, for being a comic book fan and everything, I have to make a confession. I have never actually read Sandman.
That's pretty good.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I recommend it.
Yeah, I've read a little bit.
It's one of those series where, if you haven't read it, you're not
completely dived into it. But yeah, it's good.
It's like Watchmen, even though, people have their own opinions about Watchmen.
Oh, that it fucking sucks, and that Alan Moore is so fucking overrated.
Okay.
God, I hate him so much.
Not as much as he hates you.
Oh yeah. Do you like
everyone.
comic books? Are you in your 30s? Yes. Then Alan Moore hates you.
Pretty much. All right. So we got.
No. Hold on. Now I'm mad.
Comes a rant. All right, we got a rant.
I refuse to be heard by a man who thinks he's a fucking try to the grown man. Alan Moore can suck every inch of my dick. All right. That ruins everything. Watchmen is a shitty comic. All right, and I'll fight anybody on that.
Oh my god.
I'll catch shit for this, but the movie was better.
I'm gonna make another confession. I never actually read Watchmen. I watched the motion comic because I fell asleep 3 times trying to watch it or read it.
It is supposed to be the best comic of our generation. Because it's people so fucking what the better job.
Yeah.
Batman does a better job of every issue. Alan Moore is overrated. Everything he's touched has, just because he likes to write and he likes his page-long dialogues, he's some sort of genius. Nah, fuck him.
The V for Vendetta was pretty good, but
All right, yeah, that was pretty good.
All right, so not a
They did
complete
that.
waste.
From Hell.
Yeah. Yeah. That was okay. I couldn't read the book, and I cannot get through that movie without falling asleep. I've tried to watch it 4 times. I was in the theater, and I hardly ever fall asleep in the theater. I fell asleep in the theater. I watched it on DVD. I fell asleep. I don't even own it. I try to own every comic book movie that there is on DVD. I couldn't even bring myself to buy it because it just puts me to sleep every time.
Oh yeah, and I forgot he did the Killing Joke too, which is one of the.
I did actually like the Killing Joke because it takes Joker's insanity to a whole nother level. He's like, I can make you as crazy as me just by making you have one bad day.
But
and
he
that
didn't.
was kind of but that was the concept behind it, which is kind of interesting. But yeah, I mean, it's very wordy.
So saying you try to own every comic book movie adaptation.
That's a great comic too, by the way. I might bring
So
that
do you
up.
own The Losers?
That's a great one.
I haven't read that yet, but watching the movie, I didn't know it was a comic, and I watched the movie, and I went to look something up. What's his name? Human Torch. Yeah. Chris Evans. It was at the time his second comic book role. I'm like,
him and Jeffrey Dean Morgan are like the two.
I looked into it. I'm like, oh, The Losers was a
comic book played actors.
It's weird
going because Jeffrey Dean Morgan was Negan. He was Batman's dad. He was the comedian. He's done all these.
Hey, Batman's dad has
Thomas. Why'd you say that name?
Yes. Okay, and here's another interesting thing. They may be bringing him back to play Batman in Flashpoint.
Which, by the way, is the coolest fucking Batman. And put to any video. Flashpoint is fucking awesome.
Has anybody watched the animated Flashpoint movie?
Now I'm gonna.
Oh, yeah. The Flashpoint paradox or Flashpoint. Yeah, it's pretty badass. He goes back and goes to save his mom and ends up causing this huge issue. And he ends up going and to find Bruce, who he figures is Batman.
He's also in the
he runs
City
into
of Bane arc
Thomas,
too.
And it's just
yes, because there was he's in it too. But I don't think V's watched or read it, so we'll have to wait on that one. So yeah, that's something to look forward to. Michael Keaton and Jeffrey Dean Morgan playing Batman in one movie.
Yes,
that's too awesome. It's just too much.
Yes.
I can't handle it. I need to get a napkin now because I need to clean up.
I could only be so erect.
Yes. All right, we've gotten through DC Famndome. Is there anything else we want to bring up? Because I've tried to get out of this thing like 4 times.
Yeah, there's nothing like popping up that's. I'm looking at the list of everything announced. Nothing popping up that we haven't talked about.
Okay. All right. So, do we want to get into the V spot, or do we want to start into Transmetropolitan?
Let's get V spot out of the way because he said he has some good stories for us.
He's got to go back and
not to tell the day, but
he's got to wait for the statute of limitations to run out.
It's let me.
Oh, you showed us that video of you slamming that fucker down. I'd bet you got to wait for that statute of limitations.
No, I have to be careful because somebody did listen to my last one, and I got talked to about talking about certain things. But let's see.
You got in trouble, so we can't talk about it anymore.
Okay, so we're going to do a V spot, but I'm going to tell an old story from my archives because I used to be in the same line of work as Big V.
The D spot.
All right, so here we go. Here's my story.
Whatever. If it cuts out,
we'll
just remember where we're at.
Back in the earlier 2000s, I used to work for a major hotel. It was a big resort. We used to have all kinds of clientele come in, and they had on-site business meetings and on-site like business whatever the hell they're called, summits. So there's a bunch of people down in the ballrooms, and we get a call from a housekeeper, and I don't speak Spanish, so I'm like, what's going on? Come to a room. And she gives me the room number. I'm like, all right, I'll come to the room. She's freaking out. I don't know why. So me and my manager go up there. And my manager was cool because we went to high school together. So we were friends. We always got in all kinds of trouble doing this job, but it was fun. So go up. The housekeeper's kind of losing her mind, and she's talking to my manager in Spanish. And he's like, okay. He's like, what? And I put my key card in the door and open the door. And he's like, wait, no. And we heard like struggling inside the room. And I'm like, what's going on? He's like, hold on. I'm still trying to get the whole story. And then I hear like this kind of screaming noise. I'm like, what the? I'm like, okay, what's going on? And he's like, she's saying somebody's in there, but they need help. And I'm like, what? I'm like, all right. So I put my key card in the door the rest of the way. I open the door up, and on the floor is a man in full bondage gear.
Whoa.
And he's got a ball gag in his mouth and an apparatus shoved in his backside. And my partner comes in and looks, and we're like, oh, why? He's like, back out of the room. So we back out of the room, and I'm like, what do we fucking do? He's like, I have no idea how to handle this. So he calls the manager of the hotel at the time. They're like, what? He's like, yeah, so there's this dude, and I don't know if it's against his will, or I'm guessing not, but how do we handle this? So the manager's like, well, we need to get in contact with the room, the owner of the room. So we look up the name, we get the name, and we call, and nobody answers. So this dude is still struggling on the floor of this hotel room, and the housekeeper's like traumatized outside, babbling in Spanish in words that I can't understand. Then finally, we're there for about 5 or 10 minutes. This lady comes running down the hallway to the room. She's apologizing all up and down. She is so upset. She's like, oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. We're like, what's going on? Man, you can't go. This is my room. We're like, what's the story here? She's like, it's my husband. He came with me on my business trip. He can't go down to the thing, so I did this so he would, have something to do for the day. I was going to come back during my lunch break, which was in 15 minutes anyway, and I was going to let him out.
What?
So I had to write the report for that, and she went in and untied her husband.
He has something to do for the day now. Is he fucking Houdini?
Evidently it was something that they were into, and she had to go down to a meeting for an hour or two until they got their first lunch break or their first break from the meeting. And then she was going to come back up and, set him free, I guess. No, she didn't forget. It was just 15 minutes until that first break, and she forgot to put the do not disturb sign on the door before she left. So while she was at her meeting, before she came back to let him loose, housekeeping went in there and saw the dude and freaked out, which,
Well, yeah, rightly so.
Yeah. No, yeah, definitely. So
dude's got a huge ass dildos in his ass.
Yeah, so that's, like I said, similar type of job to be and working in a large name brand hotel at a large resort in a large resort area. And that's the kind of stuff you get to deal with.
Yeah, trust me, I know.
So, although it's not a how to deal
it's not.
Story
time's over, bro. I don't
earlier this week,
unless you got
we had this crazy lady.
All right, I'll delete mine then. I'll edit it out.
Don't delete yours.
Hold on, this just popped up and it's quick.
All right.
Don't delete yours. Yeah, what are you talking about, fool? Crazy lady comes in. She's been hitting a bunch of different stores. She likes to get like $300, $400 worth of energy drinks and candy. She likes to punch herself in the face and then grab her crotch and say, "Stop raping me." Well, I've got her at 205 a couple times. She was at Troutdale on Sunday. She ended up walking in. She goes into the bathroom. She has all this energy drinks and candy, and so the cops had to get called. They were trying to like bribe her out, saying, "Hey, ma'am, we have a cold beverage and some candy for you. Come on out." She's like, fuck you, stop raping me. And they're like, all right, screw it. So they got a screw gun, took off the paneling, and fucking, she's like, I'm coming out. She crawls through the paneling, fucking half naked. So they end up cuffing her and taking her away. It was just, she's just like crazy broad. Like she'll punch herself, like you can hear her, like she's 15 feet ahead of you, and you just hear thud. You're like, the fuck is she doing? And I guess she feels that she needs $300 worth of energy drinks and candy.
Which half of her was?
I guess that offsets the heroin. I don't know.
Did you see the boobs?
Okay. Because I've had run into situations where people lose their pants, and that's never a good way to follow up after somebody. All right. So that was the V spot. Yeah, 2 stories this time, guys. 2 stories for one spot.
That's the kind of content we're bringing you.
All right. So do we want to get into Transmetropolitan?
Let's get into Transmetropolitan.
All right. So this week's comic book club, Transmetropolitan. What'd you guys think? That's my suggestion, so I'm on the hook for this one.
So, I liked it. I just don't know if I'm going to keep reading it.
Why? What were the pluses and the minuses and all that?
As much as a big wine baby this makes me, the super 90s artwork on it, I'm not too keen on. Yeah.
Okay.
And then this might seem weird for me to say, but the main character is kind of just an unlikable dick.
Hey, who do we know that's like that?
It's
too real, and I don't like
Zach
it.
Winters.
Every time I read the book,
it's hitting too close to home.
If I could just disappear into a mountain and then go downstairs and scratch my nuts and touch people with it, I'd do that too.
So Zach Winters is Spider Jerusalem. There you go. V, what did you think?
All right, I enjoyed it a little better than I did.
To Saga?
The last suggestion.
Oh, sorry.
God, you're such a piece of shit.
God damn it! I wasn't trying to bring the name up. No, actually, I read some more of Saga, and I'm actually getting into it. Like I said, it was the first few. I didn't get that far into Saga, and it was a little bit of a slow burner for me, but it's starting to pick up, and I'm actually enjoying it. This actually caught my interest right away, and then started like slowing down a little bit, and then it's picking back up for me. So this week's is a little back and forth for me, but I'm enjoying it. And like I said, I enjoyed this one a little more right off the get-go than I did Saga, and I'm going to read both. Actually, I'm going to continue reading both. Like I said, I mainly gave the bad review just to get
I'll remember that with
a reaction out of Zach Winters.
I'll remember that with your suggestion,
and it worked out perfectly. He was suckered into. I'm definitely glad I took the time to start reading both, because it's opened up my spectrum of different books. It's something out of what I typically read. So
superhero. And it's not something that, a lot of people like Saga. It's a long story, but it has an ending. It's, I think, 70 issues long, but
One day I'm gonna get that ending. One day.
Yeah.
Zach's on his deathbed, and like this envelope gets shipped to him. It's like all old and like fucking crusty, and he's like opens it up, and it's the ending he always wanted that was supposed to be published a long time ago, and they just forgot.
Burning the issues of Saga that they made and giving me the finger.
With here's my thing with Transmetropolitan, then we can get done with it. I liked it a lot when I read it initially. I still like it, but I think the most appealing thing to me is it's very reminiscent of Hunter S. Thompson. And
yes, I can see that.
I enjoy his work, and not so much the drug fueled, Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, but like when he went with the Hells Angels and they repeatedly kicked his ass, or the Rum Diaries or something like that, his gonzo journalism type style, and it's adapted into another one of my favorite genres, which is cyberpunk, which is like the futuristic, so that's why I enjoyed it. And it's about 70 issues long. It's got a definitive ending, which is nice. And if you got some time to read it, that'd be one of my, they're called maxi series, where they're like 100 issues or something, and it's a good long read. So I'd go Preacher, Transmetropolitan, The Boys, Why the Last Man, and I don't know if I can think of any at the moment. I guess Invincible's got an ending now, right? I haven't read all
Invincible's very good.
Yeah,
Preacher is very, very good.
One. Yes, Preacher was the first one of those that I actually read through, where I got out of superhero comics and read a long arcing story, and it was very good. And I love Preacher.
So Garth Ennis came into the Portland Comic-Con years and years and years ago. I read Preacher, and I was like, I was younger, so it like really clicked with me with the edgy shit, and I got him to sign a copy of mine. And I was like at the Starstruck Lost for Words, where I was just like, thank you.
I never got to meet him. That would have been cool. And
I mean, I met him for 10 seconds. He signed my copy, and then I was whisked away.
Yeah, I mean, that's all you really get at Comic Cons, but I still miss it. I never got to meet Stan Lee, and that will always kill me, because I walked right by him and he was just like, "Hi, True Believer." I was like, "Oh, Stan." But then he's like, "Do you have $120 for my autograph?" I'm like, "No, I don't." And he's like, "All right, well, we'll bring on the next customer." I'm like, "Oh,
all right, then fuck you, nerd."
That's pretty much what it was. And then he died like the year after, 2 years after. So, but I saw him with my own eyes. But anyway,
it's just this pitiful old man.
So, yeah, well, I feel bad for him towards the end, because he probably didn't know much of what was going on around him. So, Big V, this is your choice for Comic Book Club. What's the choice for this week?
So I think I'm going to do something that none of us have read,
The Wake.
Or at least I believe none of us have read.
Is it a ongoing series? Is it a trade paperback? Self-contained?
Yes.
What is it?
It seems to be an ongoing thing. I just grabbed the
who puts
first
it out? DC,
10
Marvel,
issues.
Image.
So what I'm looking at here is
Vertigo.
It's a Vertigo title. Okay.
The Vertigo title.
Oh, right there.
Scott Snyder and Sean Murphy, November 11th, 2014. I got the first volume right here on Comixology. Send us those sponsorship money.
We plug them every week.
No, send me the sponsorship money. I'm the one who plugs them. Comixology is listening to me. I use your service. I spend money on you. Send me sponsorship money. There's 10 issues, $9.
All right. So that's the book for next week. The Wake by Scott Snyder. It's a Vertigo title from 2014. All right. So that's it for this week. We'll read Wake. Get involved with all the DC Fandome stuff. Look at those trailers and everything, so you know what we're talking about. And for